Welcome, everybody, to the North American Qualifier. We're going to be covering Fart Studios today with myself and Avery. Avery, who, there's not too many times. A lot of times, viewers like to talk about the fact that the casters, they don't know what the hell they're talking about, right? They can't possibly understand the high level Dota that's going on. But in this case, Avery, I think we can objectively say that you can hang with these guys as you are actually higher MMR. You're the highest MMR in the lobby, apparently.
Yeah, it's not, I was looking through. It might be the case. I don't know too, but I think I'm in at least the top 2 or 3. Might be the highest MMR in the lobby. So hey, we got that going for us today. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who that's gonna help. We'll see what happens. I always enjoy casting my friends at Fart Studios. Good group of dudes. They definitely don't try very hard, but that's why I respect them, because they're still here not trying, and that counts for something. And I mean, the other squad, we got Tony, great dude. Achy Bones, this guy has run rampant in my pubs forever, so I got some friends on both sides of the aisle here. It's gonna be a nice little shit fest of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's NA Dota at its finest.
Now, this is a lower bracket matchup. So Fart Studios did lose to Apex Genesis in, my God, some stompy games. 18-minute loss and a 24-minute loss. Rough for them. And So Steam is the name of the other team here with Mr. Achy Bones and Tony. And they actually somehow got stomped harder than Fart Studios did, but they were facing a tough opponent in Nouns. They lost a 22-minute game and a 13-minute game. So,
yeah, in case you were wondering how this upper bracket went, I think the average game length was around 23 minutes, and that's only because we had one series that inflated it with 3 30-minute games. That was the longest series of the upper bracket here, was 3 30-minute games with an average game time of around 33, which brought the average up by 2 or 3 minutes, because otherwise I don't think a game lasted longer than 25. So, and that was the Fart Studios game. They lasted the longest. So there's been some beatdowns in this tournament, which, I mean, NA Dota, it is what it is at this point in history. I think we all know that. But this is also a rough spot, because I think the gap between like the tier 2, or even if you want to even call them that, tier 3 NA teams versus Shopify and Nouns is like astronomical, right?
Yeah.
I think this would probably be the biggest upset in an NA qualifier ever if one of the teams outside of those two managed to even make the finals.
Yeah.
Not that they're bad players, but like, there's some stacks that are okay, they can contend a little bit, maybe draw a game, and there's some stacks that are like players just playing together to have fun. I feel like this qualifier is more the second here, but we'll get to see some good shitfest series of old friends and foes playing out against each other. So I have fun.
Yeah, apparently we might have one more familiar face joining the lobby. We're missing one more person for So Steam, and I don't know if this is a joke or not, but Achy Bones says that Shaggy is coming to join. So seeing Shaggy against Fart Studios. Fart Studios, by the way, is missing a player. As apparently, according to Jenkins, they didn't even know this match was going on until recently. So they don't have BSJ. They're going to have their Jenkins and Newsham's mutual friend Turtle, who's going to be standing in for BSJ. Who are you higher MMR than Brian?
I don't know. He plays on Europe, so that's inflated, bro. That's some
right.
Some
I mean,
bullshit.
we'll say either way, he would be the highest.
He probably would. Yeah.
I mean, it's a big blow.
Europe.
It's a big blow for Fart Studios, right?
Yeah,
not having.
I mean,
BSJ,
he is the anchor of this team. He's the drafter. He's the captain. He is the anchor. We'll see how they perform without him. That could be a death sentence for him, honestly, if they do well without him. Like, I mean, then what do you do, right? Can you go back? I don't know. And they did not get High Shaggy, I believe. That is not High Shaggy.
Yeah, I don't recognize that.
Because I have him on my friends list. So got to get him on your friends list so you know when to dodge him in the queue. But ironic is Fart Studios played the first round of this open with High Shaggy and then kicked him because he wanted to play the Monkey King 5 and Snipe Couriers, and he was so enraging that they couldn't play with him anymore. So I think, So Steam were trying to get High Shaggy as kind of a mental psyops, if you will, if we beat you with Shaggy, then that's just a disbander after you kick them. So I kind of respect that attempt as well, but it will not be High Shaggy. And who is this actually? Do I know this person?
Looks like a Smurf I don't have account. On my list, so yeah, it kind of does.
All right, well, whatever. Somebody's Smurf account, that's fine. I don't think it's actually a Smurf, but it kind of looks like a Smurf. Honestly, I'm surprised by how few games certain profiles have that aren't Smurfs that still play in NA Dota.
Yeah.
If I see an account with under 1,000 wins playing NA Dota high rank, I just assume it's a Smurf because it's where the hell have you been for the last 10 years of decay? But
yeah, who is a new North American player of Dota 2? That doesn't really exist.
Somebody got into North American Dota in the last year and grinded their way up to the top 100. I never believe that, but obviously I guess it can happen. Grubby or somebody. I don't fucking know. But
I think that's the problem. Even if you do get a new North American player like Grubby, it doesn't take very long for them to go right back through that door and out of the scene. Because, Dota can be a frustrating ass game to play, and you got to be a special kind of person.
Yeah, shout out to Jenkins. Shout out to Jenkins.
Of course.
He made Grubby quit Dota by impersonating Brian for a year. Maybe that's why Brian's not here. Maybe he completed his final stage of the impersonation. He has taken him over.
He has assimilated Brian.
Yeah, too many life stealer conversations. Brian just couldn't handle it. Honestly, what a classic, though, for Fart Studios that they could not even field the full roster. I feel like that's a classic at this point. I'm less surprised than I would be if they had everybody. So, round of applause. Really good. Really good job, boys.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to start soon. As I'm telling them that we're almost done filling, so they better start the goddamn game. Because thank God this is a team we actually know. Because if this was two NA stacks that we didn't know the players, then there would be absolutely nothing to say.
I feel like I know 90% of NA players at this point.
That's true.
Who is left playing NA that I have not either encountered for years in pubs, played with, played against, or know through other... I'm looking through this qualifier. I know everybody in this qualifier, right? Outside of 2 or 3 players, which are new, which is still a good thing. Always good to learn about some new people, but that's NA. There's not too many new dudes. And I will say, this lobby has some PMA players, man. Everybody's talking about how toxic NA is, how toxic Dota players are. Grubby quit Is Dota players too toxic? But like this lobby's got some PMA players in it, I will say. And I think PMA players deserve a good shout out every now and then because they're a rare breed, especially in North America. Not many left. You know, there's like 4. So if we lose another one, we're minus 25%. And that's gonna be a tough blow if that happens. But it's
Who do you want to give a shout out
to
to in this lobby?
I think Tony is a great dude, man. I played with some brief calls with him. Played pubs with him. He just plays his Chen. Plays his heroes he likes to play. He's a PMA dude. Never heard him be toxic. I feel like Turtle's a pretty PMA dude. I've never heard him be too toxic.
Sure.
Danny, I think Annihilate's pretty PMA when it comes to NA mids. You know, when when we're talking about the echelon of NA mids toxicity, like the fact that he's pretty even keeled is like he's so high up on that ladder, it's insane. You know, because obviously the bar is real low for NA mids in terms of toxicity. So like giving him a shout out. You know, there's some PMA dudes. Nusham's a pretty PMA guy.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I mean, Jenkins bringing the average down a little, but like, you know, this is a PMA.
I mean, I don't know if Jenkins isn't PMA. More so, Jenkins is the cause of other people freaking out. So, all right.
I wouldn't say he's toxic. He's his own beast, you know?
Yeah, he's the creation of other people's toxicity.
Now, I've also never heard Archie Bones flame anybody, but I do have him muted. So it could go either way on that one.
Yeah, that might just be a party queue thing.
Yeah. I don't know why I muted him, but I'll unmute him.
You know who's man, this guy actually plays a lot of Dota. Sneaky, the League of Legends player. He's playing Dota right now. 877 viewers.
Why?
I don't know, but he just finished the game. I'm gonna try and see what his rank is out of curiosity. Because there was who was it? Ari? Was it Ari that was playing League of Legends? Somebody made a post about it, how he got like diamond or whatever.
Ari got whatever the master tier fucking is in League.
Yeah.
Giant waste of time for him, honestly. I don't know what he's doing over there, but maybe you can learn a couple things or two, you know? You never know.
Oh my god, he left, so it's stuck on the level up screen, so I don't get to see the ranks. Went to the bathroom or something.
I mean, if you're pro in like any game, you could probably get immortal in Dota, I feel. I don't think it's that difficult if you're an actual professional gamer.
Yeah.
Damn,
I think
that's a Giga chat flag, holy.
A dog in some banana trousers. Very nice.
Yeah, that's an image right there. That's
Meanwhile, Fart Studios don't even have a flag.
5 seconds
I mean, does that surprise you?
I mean, they have this nice custom image in Liquipedia.
Well, didn't even show up with all 5 players, Austin, so the bar is real low out here. We will see the Chen ban, as interesting enough, that is Tony's signature hero, but they just don't want to play it, I guess. They don't want the cheese.
Sneaky is Divine 2 or 3, looks like.
Radiant team ban.
That's actually not that high, but I mean, Dota's a harder game, so what can you do? Pudge ban.
I do agree with you that if you're a pro player in kind of any video game, you could probably get immortal in Dota, just because I feel like there's a lot of different there's a lot of different ways to get immortal in Dota. You know what I mean? You got you got hero spammers, right? They just like specialize in like 2 or 3 heroes and can get really high MMR that way. There's players who are just really good at clicking buttons. Know nothing about the game, just good at clicking buttons. There are players who understand the strategy element pretty well. There's the drafting element if you're a core player. You know matchups pretty well. If you're like a mid or carry, you get that last pick. I feel like that's a different way to like be able to get a lot of MMR.
I think the biggest thing is you have to learn all the heroes, all the spells, all the items. Like that's the biggest thing holding you back. But if you can do that, then yeah, sky's the limit. As we see the Jenkins Timbersaw, he has been first phasing his hero from amongst the offlaner pool with very specific guidelines. I will not leak them here. But
Okay.
out of that, Dragon Knight, Centaur, Timbersaw, Mars, Doom, he's going to pick one of those
Yeah.
based
yeah.
on between the matchups that he likes.
Is he
So
trying
here,
to do his best
Gauntlet's in.
Amar impression?
5 seconds.
Yeah, I think
Four-man
so.
Amar. Yeah.
He's just set on what he's going to play. He's going to play it. Sees Furion, picks Timber. Great matchup. Not much counterplay. Already off to a decent start. We'll see what they opt for here.
The you hung out with Jenkins recently. Did you guys actually talk about Dota?
Team ban.
Yeah, a little bit. That's what I'm saying. I can't leak his strats, man. He was
Okay.
telling me all his strats, what he looks for. He was saying that if the team would just listen to him, they would win. That's the biggest issue.
Well,
Like, they don't want to listen
Brian's
to him.
gone.
That's right.
There's
That's
a
what I'm
void
saying.
there.
So now he has a
Okay.
chance to prove that his ideas are correct, his drafting is correct. And that's what I'm saying. If that happens, we could see the destruction of his team, because how do you reconcile that, right?
5 seconds remaining.
You can't.
Yeah.
It's
Be ashamed to
irreconcilable.
see Fart Studios blow up.
It really would. One of the last bastions of any Dota here. Let's see how long they
One
can
of the
keep it going.
one of the last teams that you can guarantee see time and time again in every qualifier alongside Sand King Gomez.
So more tree walking. Really abusing this Furion. Not a hero we've seen be successful in a long time, so we'll see where they throw this hero, but I'm already
10
suspecting you just make it a 5 and hope he does something useful.
Dude,
Get some
there's
good
no way you
counterpicks
make
here.
Hoodwink a
5 seconds
5.
remaining.
No, the Furion.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, because this game, the problem with the 5 Furion is you have to play into the Timber lane, and that's pretty sad, but what can you do? I mean, what's left in this pool? There's Mars. Mars looks pretty good.
Yeah,
Mars plus some damage.
Dire team pick.
keep the timber saw in the arena. This hero has been picked up a lot more in pubs. Seems like a high trending hero. Little Slardar offlane.
And it's Maiden for the lane versus the Timber, so this Furion's probably going somewhere else. Slardar is good versus Timbersaw. I mean, that is a good matchup. People kind of forget about it. It's also way better nowadays because you don't actually skill early armor on this hero.
Yep.
So the armor is not even that bad. It's good versus Hoodwink. You get the amp, you can catch him. We'll see if they
What
can
if
make
you
it work.
what if you swap lanes?
5 seconds remaining.
Get the Slardar lane matchup.
I don't think he.
You okay with that?
I don't know if he actually wins the 1-on-1.
Okay.
I feel like you actually. I feel like it's a wash. I don't know. Like, I'm just, if somebody played Slardar against like ATF Timber, would they win? I feel like they would, dude. I feel like he'd find a way. Now, obviously, that's like a very different situation, but
Sure.
I feel like you walk up to Slardar level 1, you whirling death his ass next to like a tree or two, and then you just destroy him in the CS while you have the buff.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he can ever regain HP enough to like battle you with level 2 bash, which is where he can start to bully you. I feel like it's just not that good a 1v1. And we just never see 1-on-1s, so what can you do?
Okay. Yeah, I was more so saying lane swap, since we never see tri-lanes nowadays.
Could be something interesting. I mean, they're
But-
probably eyeing like Luna or something. Just be solid here.
Yeah.
No Shadow Demon for this Slardar. Nobody's playing Invoker. Not a lot of Dispels left. It's like Ember Spirit.
Radiant team
Danny plays Storm. Ooh,
Dire
Clockwork
team.
Goblin. And they'll steal the Luna. How do you like that maneuver right there from Jenkins, sending a message to the BSJ out there?
Well, they picked Clockworks, so I don't know if this is a good idea. Frankly, I don't have any faith in this hero. We saw it one time during DreamLeague, or at least I only saw it one time. I don't know if it was picked any other times, and that it was pretty much the dream Clockwork first 15 minutes, man. Like I don't remember who was playing it, but they popped off.
Who played? It was.
And I don't even know if they won.
Yeah,
I don't even know if they won that game, but
like maybe Toronto, Tokyo, but I don't know.
Dire team ban.
The heroes pretty weak. There's like too many mobility cores in the meta, but this hero does own Slardar if he gets some momentum, and he is very good versus the two supports in terms of catch potential. I don't mind it here. The Luna also makes the lane viable. Like, this lane's not weak versus Slardar, especially if you get that matchup, but if it's Fury on Slardar, then I don't know if you're doing much on that lane. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't even know if picks matter in this series. It's just play what you're comfortable with. Make it work. It's a initiator stunner for their other 3 damage dealers, so makes sense in that regard. Faceless Void, time dilation, pretty strong here. Not a huge amount of consistent lockdown, and is a good carry matchup versus pretty much everything, so gives them the scale.
It was Mira. Mira played it.
Yeah.
They beat Shopify.
Yeah, they played a double melee offlane. They played like Clock Mars or something, right? And the Clock Mars just went ham. Yeah, I remember that game.
That was one of those. I don't know if they should have won their lane as hard as they did, but Clockwork was actually picked 2 other times before that, and actually won those games as well. So it actually had it went 3-0 at DreamLeague.
Huh? Maybe the hero's better than people. I mean, the thing about this hero is like he's not a strong hero, but the hero in a really good Clockwork game is probably pickable, you know, because in the games where he just owns everybody, he's like way too good. He doesn't need anything. He just needs like 2 bracers and he goes in and he's mega annoying.
Would you describe this as a very good Clockwork game?
I'd say it's above average. I wouldn't say it's Omega free, but like I do think it does make sense with their heroes, right? Luna, Timber, Hoodwink, all heroes that have a lot of long range damage to pump out. So if you hook in, clog someone back, you can beam stun them, bushwhack them. Like that's enough to get reliable kills here. On the flip side, like I think Faceless Void looks really good here, but you don't have a lot to synergize with him.
Seconds remaining.
There's like almost no damage to pump in the chrono. I mean, Slardar Void is okay, but not amazing. Pangolier, that's another hero that just doesn't synergize with Void at all. These chronos are going to be mega awkward. You have to dodge your 2 melee cores. Your 2 supports don't do anything to heroes in the chrono. I'm not sold on this Faceless Void pick. I think it's good versus what Fart Studios have, but there's like no synergy with it. To me, this is a Slardar Pango game. If the Slardar Pango, Maiden, Furion get going with like some super fast lane play, you just snowball heroes into getting amped, swashbuckled, jumped on, then okay. Let's see what the last pick is. It's going to be a Puck for Annihilate. Classic for him and a classic Pango answer. We saw it earlier today. Really strong Coil game. Coil versus all 3 of these cores. Not happy about it. And they don't really want to buy BKBs. So, pretty good Puck pick, honestly. I feel like I would take Fart Studios draft here. I would take it.
Yeah. Seems particularly as Annihilate is, I mean, he's a pretty damn good mid. I don't know how good he is anymore, but, you know, from like 2013 to 2020, like he was a pretty decent like 5th, 6th best NA mid, you know.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Well, maybe not that far back, but
I don't know if I put him in top 5. Maybe.
Yeah. Top 10
10 to 15.
Sure,
is reasonable. So yeah, I think he's looking at a pretty free Puck game. Like, unless this Void Slardar get out of control, he's not worried about a lot here. And he has a lot of damage follow-up. He has heroes that can go in for him. Pretty well-rounded draft, I don't know. See if they can execute. Execution has been the bane of a lot of these NA teams' run in this bracket.
For 2 teams that could... It'd be hard to have less momentum. Play the very first round, get stomped in less than 40 total game time, you know, like that's it's pretty hard to have less momentum in your lower bracket elimination match than that right there. So what is this double ward Nature's Prophet play?
I mean, this is for the mid bottle snipe, right?
Yeah, but it is really doubling down on it.
I mean, if you're going to commit, you may as well commit.
I
don't know what
guess.
the
I
other
just
high
would have
ground
thought you
ward
put
does.
the high ground ward as a mid ward somewhere on
Yeah,
the
I
enemy
think-
side of the map, right?
I think this cliff ward should go like radiant side mid.
Yeah.
There's a decent shot you see a mid ward plant, which is pretty valuable. I don't know what this high one does, unless you're lane scouting and dodging lane matchups, but that seems unlikely here. I've never seen anyone do that in like 2 years. That's what you used to use this for. And they're gonna clash the runes, but this should be Radiant favored, I want to say.
Well, the Radiant do not feel it is Radiant favored as they don't have their pucks, so they back away after just a whirling death hit.
Well, usually clock is okay to take those fights as long as there's no like
Yeah.
undying or something. I think they will. They're gonna keep all. I mean, they could end up dying here.
They go for the steal. Don't quite get it. Mr. Achy Bones, he managed to get it, and thanks to the slow, he gets away from some of the battery assault. I don't think anyone's really dying here, but they do some pretty decent damage to Mr. Achy Bones.
I mean, where did the... So the Radiant wards just never got placed? There's one on Puck, and there's one on Hoodwink. They just never
Yeah, I
placed
guess so.
any. I think he's going to get another really good trade out here. This is the Clockwork Dream.
Yeah, to get one-on-one battle against the enemy support in the jungle. And he practically killed the Nature's Prophet. If Nature's Prophet is low enough, then he can use the next round of Battery Assault to mess the starter up pretty badly. Well, I guess this is going to be the downside of running your 4 Nature's Prophet in order to get the 5 Crystal Maiden up against the Timbersaw, but Timbersaw is such a hard hero to keep down. I have my doubts that the Faceless Void Crystal Maiden lane is going to do it, but they do manage to get that kill, finally chasing down the Nature's Prophet.
I mean, he has to go for this mid-courier snipe. It's going out now. He has teleport up. It's a very crucial teleport from Furion. Will he see it? He sees it now.
And will I annihilate...
He's
going into tower range. He's still going to see it, and he will get that courier.
Misclicked.
He will get that courier. He will get that courier.
Was that even worth? I don't know. I mean,
considering the fact the puck is probably not going to be in danger from the Pangolier. Yeah.
But it's not a lot of XP. It's level 1. I mean, I think that's technically worth, but like these lanes are not going too well for So Steam here as they lose the Void Top. This off lane is getting abused by the clock because this Furion has no purpose.
Luna Clockwork got him inside the cogs. Pingu gets a little mini vacuum there from the cogs and sucks in the Slardar. 4-0 already.
I'm just putting this Luna dual lane to pretty good use. I mean, this is shaping up to be a rough early game. You got to get this Furion involved in something soon, either a TPing top or mid again. I don't know. There's just not much threat on these lanes, which is, I think, one of the reasons we've seen this hero suffer in the meta.
Yeah.
Like, these offlaners are the strongest heroes usually in the laning phase, so you don't want to leave your offlaner to TP to their offlaner. A lot of times that's hard to do and not that valuable. But we'll see if they can battle back with the Slugger. He's level 3 now.
Yeah, that's also a level 3 Clockwork. Fortunately, the Sprout will push him out of that cog situation because level 2 Battery Assault is no joke, and you have a Healing Lotus on Pingu, so he was down to take that man fight.
And the bottle comes out to Annihilate, so he honestly did not lose a whole lot of that. A TP on him
Furion
again.
is going to go on him here while he doesn't have his bottle. It's in his backpack. He finally gets out thanks to the Waning Rift and will be fine. Start getting some bottle hits in, but they might try and get both the water runes and deny I Annihilate the the chance to... Dude, this Furion's got to get himself killed trying to secure the ward for Pango.
Yeah, that was incredibly awkward. I guess they got all the regen out of the puck. So it was worth it. Might get another courier as well. Yeah, I get the
Does
clock
indeed.
one.
Has been killed.
I guess this Furion's finding a little bit of something. I don't know.
Yeah, it comes at the cost of the Slardar, that's for sure.
Yes. And your top lane's still going pretty rough here. Both cores for Fart Studios, free farming, but you got the puck to base. There's your value exchange. So you're going to have to play through this Pango. It's going to be your strongest hero. Use him to break the map.
The top lane, they continue to fight. This is like the 4th or 5th century being dropped to try and get this hard camp open for Fart Studios, and Tony just keeps on saying, no, I don't want it open. Lane's going bad enough as is. And you get the bushwhack onto the Faceless Void. He's going to be quite low. One more hit from Jenkins will do it, and they get that kill as well. 6-0. Might even be able to chase down this Crystal Maiden because, well, it's not like the Crystal Maiden's going anywhere. Slow as hell. And kill for Newsham. 7-0. 2,000 net worth lead for Fart Studios. This may just end up being a little bit of a outskill game right here.
And Jenkins just slapping kids out here.
Really
2-0 and 2 at the 5-minute mark.
Man,
And he
man
killed
is
his
merciless.
courier.
Gets his courier.
Jeez. Absolute decimation. They're going for the kill bottom. They get it first. That's earn charges.
Yeah, they get one, and they'll be able to get Turtle as well. It costs Nature's Prophet his life, but who cares? That was great.
Yeah, he's mega happy about that. Got some value off the earn. Extra XP for the Maiden. And a lot of time for this Slardar to get some CS that he needs.
Yeah,
So
the
it's going
problem
to be the
is
Vessel Rush, which will be good if they can get it pretty fast, but they're going top. This is...
yeah, I guess with the urn, they think they could do it with a blood grenade as well. And if they get bashes, they might just the Lung Timber Chain away. Time walk to catch up. Can he get a swing in?
that's close.
Not even close.
I mean, they got a bash. Another bash there would have killed them.
Yeah,
Instead
but
of
he
hearing
already
the
got
guy.
one bash. I feel like getting 2 bashes is, for that little number of hits, is way above average
They need
RNG numbers.
They needed another hero on that play. You know, like this Pango
Yeah.
TP or something. It's a big kill for them to get. There's not enough numbers. He'll
Yeah, that's
refill
what
mid.
happens when you lose all 3 lanes, right? Kind of
Yeah.
feel like there's never enough heroes.
See if they can get the Wisdom Ring here. That would be the biggest objective on the map right now versus Furion. He's gonna smoke run for it. I don't think
Okay.
he can even get there in time.
No, definitely not. Not from where he's at right now.
Might be able to get a ward. Yeah, I'll get a ward. Or something. Did not get scouted.
Managed to get the cogs onto Mr. Achy Bones, but sprint and under tower means they'll be able to get away. In fact, with the Furion teleporting in, they might be able to go for Turtle as well. Way too aggressive. And they're going to pay the price, throwing away their lead. It was well over 2K. Gets shut down quite a bit after that little exchange.
Not respecting the rotation power here.
That's true.
Getting a little too excited to show the missing carry player up here. Would BSJ have made that mistake, Austin? That's the big question.
I'm going to say no, because Brian likes hitting creeps.
That's right. I don't think Brian would have made that dive.
Brian would have been like, no, this is time that I can hit creeps. Pango, oh, coil and battery assault. That is certain doom for the mid laner. They're going to go for more now with Newsham getting his level 6. Crystal Maiden getting low. Waning Rift not quite landing. The Furion's a little low. They hit him with a blood grenade, and they'll chase him down instead. And Jenkins gets the 1v1 kill against the Faceless Void in the top lane at the same time. So as soon as things go a little right for the Dire side, it goes terribly wrong in the mid lane.
Too much skirmish power. This Maiden Furion just can't stand up to the coil with all the damage thrown in. Hoodwink the first level 6 in the game too. You just don't have ults on the supports. You're really far off this Furion vessel. Gonna try for Kingu again. Don't get him. So if you can combine these cores, like, that's your fighting power in this early game. Amping people up, getting in there with the swashbuckle. We just haven't seen it yet around a big team fight. Continue to play the lanes. You also have a Chronosphere soon, so you could look for this Timber with the Chrono. You're willing to bring numbers.
This has been an awfully efficient regen rune for Annihilate. He's going to have a very fast Witchblade.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Meanwhile, Jenkins looks to finish the tower off here. See if Steam can get the deny on it, because this tower is certainly going to die. Especially with Pingu coming in. He's going to cutting in across, be able to catch the Crystal Maiden. She's very dead. Now the question is, where's the Faceless Void going to go?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You
Dire's
just can't. You need Fury on ult for this Chrono, it feels like.
Yeah. Coil goes out. Annihilate. Oh, the Bushwhack. Nice TP in from Nusham. They get that kill on top, and then call is made. He comes mid. Gets the kill there. Now Pingu, not that he's going to kill the Faceless Void, but he's just messing around with him, and there's just one more hero that's not farming for Steam.
Just haven't played through the Pango at all. Put him on an island and he's getting abused. Man needs help. Needs some smokes to him or runes or something. Not a lot of stacks either. But I guess this game has just been killing people, so who has time to stack when you can stack enemy corpses?
That's true. Pingu gets set up for this bottom lane push. Siege Wagon is up. Doesn't have level 6 though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Slardar is the strongest hero on the map, so
Oh, this Slardar gets
He
way
dies.
too aggressive. He just dove straight at a Clockwork. And they didn't even need the extra rotations that were actually there. But I guess they'll collect the Furion as well. So Annihilate doesn't feel too sad about his TP. He gets to be a part of yet another kill. Mega kill streak already for Nusham. 5-0 and 6.
yeah, he is own top and just blowing up the map with the rotations. And the downside is when you lose these rotation battles as Furion, you are food. Food
Yeah.
on the buffet. There's really no way back other than to fight. Maybe
Well,
go with top of
maybe-
the Chrono.
Radiant's middle tower
They have
Or
the
the
Fusel Blade coming up
Chrono's
in
dead.
200. Maybe they can play around that. But yeah,
Jeez.
Jenkins gets that kill. Timber chains away. Waves goodbye as ETP's out to safety.
Oh, that was pretty disgusting.
Dire's middle tower
Now pushes
is
the
under
void
attack.
below the Hoodwink here.
Yet another power rune for Annihilate. This time a haste rune, which he's going to try and use against the Pangolier here. They are just freely diving this man, and there is so much burst damage that one coil is more than enough. Pingu has to use the hook shot here, try and get out of the Sprout. They're going to go for him. They really want this kill, and they'll have him too. In the river, Jenkins will get a little bit low there, but so is everybody else. They're not in fighting shape. Certainly not enough to finish up and dive into a Timber Saw, which the Faceless Void
Oh,
tries
no.
to do. Gets
What?
involved. What did that Chrono even do exactly? I don't know.
I mean, it got the Luna, and he's just dead. Absolute disaster in the river as Haste Rune Puck with Witchblade done is just king of that fight. Not even close. Dire in trouble now, I would say. Jenkins gonna feed?
Daring
No.
them to try
Too
and
good.
kill him. Baits the Pangolier into his death. So they did get Nusham. Nusham was worth a healthy amount of gold there. So 850 gold for Dire side.
That was actually not as much as I would have thought. For a 6x streak, you're up this much, but I guess I'll take it. Went to the Pango, which is probably the best hero to have it go to. Diffu done now. Jenkins on 3rd HP, looking for small Saturn. He'll get it. Big kill. Big CS.
That's a big CS right there.
That is a
right
big
there.
CS.
Huh?
That's a demoralizer, you know?
Mhm.
I can't even get this 10 HP little Satyr. What am I doing in this game? Fury on
He
flank.
smoked the bottom, but there was nobody here outside that
Furion
Furion
dead.
who was behind the tower.
What is this nature?
Will they get his ward
And-
too? No. Sneaky ward.
There's a sneaky one.
I don't know how good it is, but it's sneaky.
Yeah, it gets pretty obvious at some point when that camp doesn't spawn, but you know. Oh, where's our Fury gonna take the Wisdom Rune, man?
That was his chance.
That was his chance.
Does have his vessel done somehow. He's 0-8, but he has a vessel.
Wow, you honestly you can't stop this hero from getting vessel. I think it's near impossible because
That's probably true.
like it's just a bunch of small items on a hero that doesn't need boots and doesn't really use TPs so often. So he never has to buy TPs, right?
Yeah, but 0-8 is a lot of death gold lost. You know?
Yeah, but that's also a lot of earn charges, which he used to be a part of the few kills that they've gotten. So you know.
He does have 6 assists. I mean, he has been involved in 90% of their kills.
Also, you can't stop this hero from getting CS either, right? So, man, they got some bold ideas here. They're looking at Jenkins being like, yeah, well, let's go on him. Now, if they bring more heroes, it's possible. Slardar is a little ways away, though, and he doesn't have Blink Dagger. The Chronosphere. Mr. Akibone's going to work his way around the Chrono. Go for it. The mech lands. Bushwhack, though. Saving grace. Jenkins is going to stay alive, and they're going to wipe the 3 that dared to bring down their triumphant captain.
Oh, he's just too much of a bait, man.
Yeah.
And now he has Greaves done. That was like your one chance to get him. Because now he has Dispel for the Vessel, Dispel for the Amp. This game's just spiraled out of control. And I think we're seeing why a lot of these games have been pretty stompy in this qualifier. The second you lose the map, it just absolutely crumbles.
When you lose lanes like this, what could So Steam have done better?
Not lose lanes.
Oh, okay. That's you truly are an NA player at heart, aren't you? What can we do if we lose lanes, guys? Like, go game 2 and don't lose your goddamn lane.
They needed this. They needed to force Park Studios to fight their heroes that had some decent damage by just grouping a bit more, which meant they had to play through this Pango because this Pango got thrown on an island versus Puck and ganks and runes, and that's way too much, right?
Yeah.
So either you bring heroes to the Pango and you fight for the runes and you use his advantage that he had off like the mid bottle snipe, or you bring heroes to the Slardar and you kill them bottom, because the Slardar and Pango were strong at like 10 minutes. It's not like they had nothing going. And then you use that to enable your supports, you know. But they just ended up getting caught in these bad fights.
11.
What is this nature you speak of?
Oh man. Rough times
Also,
out
like
here.
I said, like going to Chrono in this game is just a giant debate because
Yeah.
Chrono literally doesn't do anything for you. You have almost nothing to put into it. So you should just let the Void do his thing and play around the other two. And unfortunately, it went to the Void, and we saw how that ended. Not very pleasant for them. Now they are significantly far behind, and well, this is a Luna lineup, so they're going to use the advantage quite well. See if they can push some towers. Furon does have his boots though, you know, he's got that going for him. Looking at death number 12.
Couldn't outrun that Bushwhack. And now it's the Crystal Maiden's turn. Does have a Force Staff though. Clip's going to be put to use to make sure that the Faceless Void can't get too aggressive. Might be able to come back in. Still has Chronosphere, but again, what are you going to put into that Chronosphere?
So aggressive.
Yeah, he is got him. Timber Chain through the Crystal Maiden to finish him off. He's going to get chronoed for the tower. The tier 2 tower is their combo with Chronosphere, apparently. Oh, missed hook shot. Yikes.
He got slow.
It's okay, Jenkins can keep going. Oh, got him on the Bushwhack. Damn, Nusham catches him right on the edge.
All right, can you get him here?
No. There's no way. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Bushwhack coming in soon. If they keep trying to fight, I'm fairly certain somebody dies.
Pango died.
It's going to be the Furion.
Yeah. Can you get him now?
Well, if he gets assassinated, he's dead. And he gets assassinated, so.
And you get him now. What about now?
What about now? What about now?
No, they cannot. Very sad.
18K.
That is the power of Timbersaw. He snowballs very hard. Very interesting design hero, you know? He's only been broken for like 5 years straight.
I think my favorite part is the different variations of him being broken. It's a
I
fun
was
one.
thinking about that too, dude. Like, reactive armor, he's literally invincible. And then they just made Timber Chain the most efficient pure damage nuke in the game with no cooldown. So his lane's broken. Then they're like, alright, well, we're just going to give him Omega high base damage now and nerf his nukes. And then he is still a broken lane. Like, this hero's been broken on lane for like 5 metas 4 different ways. Makes no sense.
Yeah. Look at Pingu. Those are some deep wards.
Hey, there's a Rolling Thunder.
Okay.
Can they get him?
Hook shot ready to go. Pingu hits the Slardar. Gets the cogs down, so it pushes the Pango back into a bushwhack from Nusham. And the orb is going to run through all of these heroes beyond godlike, make it twofer. Oh, Pingu takes it away from him.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Still, though, he'll have plenty more chances to get more beyond godlike sprees, I'm sure. As now it's the Furion's turn.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's Oh, look at that. We got the new minimap feature. That's cool. You can see where all these heroes died.
Do you think you think they're gonna call GG before 25 minutes or after?
Maybe they're trying to bring the tournament average up, you know. I can respect that.
Dire's middle tower
Is this game over? Yes, this game is over.
Dire's bottom tower has
They'll
fallen.
fight it out. They got one more chrono left in them.
I mean, they need another minute and 30 seconds.
All right, and they get him.
Round. Oh my god. The Faceless Void damage is pathetic. Now that the Slardar is here,
Can they get him?
nobody is
Yes.
close by. They got him.
Yes. Almost
17
2,000
under
gold.
Jesus.
They got him, boys. They got him.
They immediately smoke up. Time to get more. Time to get another kill and get Roshan.
Time to
I'm not even
turn the
sure they can
game.
Roshan.
Just
All right.
like that, another kill for the boy. The momentum
Or the Pango.
turns straight into Roshan.
Great to Rosh. I mean, they have a Slardar, so Slardar plus Pango. A lot of minus armor.
Down 24,000 gold. It means nothing to an NA squad. All heart, baby. People say this
All
region
heart.
gives up. But look at this evidence to the contrary.
All right, time to get out. Anybody who can get out should get out. That's what the Pango's saying right now. Rolling Thunder, TP out. Unfortunately, their Aegis hero is the first one to go down. So he's gonna die 2 times.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you call it. Oh, nice hook shot.
Well, this game has
That
gone
sells
on
them back.
longer than any of their games against Nouns. So this is already improvement. Though being on the stomp, getting stomp side of the matchup of 2 teams who got stomped.
There it is. That clockwork solo kill was enough. What was that? Death 16. God damn. I mean,
Radiant
this hero does have this issue when he falls behind. Right? I think we've all
Yeah.
been in those Furion games. Like, there's a reason this hero isn't picked as much as he used to be in. It's probably the most volatile hero in the game. Like, if the game goes wrong, it goes really wrong. If it goes right,
Yeah.
you know, he still looks strong, but man, did this go wrong. Laning phase just did not pan out. Still the highest hero damage on his team, though. Which is interesting.
That's not a good stat. I think
No.
that says more about everybody else on his team than.
I mean, honestly, it's like easy to look at this type of game and be like, you know, oh, they got stomped in lanes. But this is not the most stomped lanes of stompy games we've seen, right? Like, if
yeah.
you look at 10 minutes, the net worths are all within 1,000. It's not good. But there's still moves that could have been made in this game. There's still stuff that could have been done. And I think if you're like a team that's looking to get better or improve or just make more stuff happen, like that's one of the biggest things you can look at. Because otherwise, like, what do? You go out of a game like this, you're like, oh, we just got out drafted, couldn't play the lanes. Like, okay, sure, maybe, but you don't learn a lot from that. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
it was also difficult for their lineup to make moves, right?
Yeah.
Because of the whole chronosphere problem. So
yeah, you just can't move to the chrono because just have no synergy with it. So you have to move between the Pango and the Slaughter, and that just didn't happen. So the second that fails, then you just get trounced on the map. But solid offlane between the Timber and the Hoodwink. Newsham Jenkins, best buddies for life, best buddies in the lane, and showing the world why. Putting out some decent numbers here.
that's true. Bubbies for life. And as a result, they're going to take game 1, and we're going to take a break. And we're going to go to game 2, where hopefully Steam have cobbled together something a bit better than what we saw in game 1. Welcome back, everybody. We are here in game 2 of Fart Studios versus Steam. And I'm just now catching up on this in-game chat. Have you read this?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but what can you do? I can't even tell what's serious or not in North America Dota anymore, so we'll see if the game gets started here.
apparently there is a 6-man who snuck into the enemy team's Discord. Not to cheat, but just to mess with them. I
can't say I've seen that one before, but always something
that's
new.
a first for me. I'm not sure if any other regions have seen that before. That might be an NA special right there.
Could it be BSJ? That's the question. Is BSJ here to sabotage his own team?
Now, we're not saying it is BSJ. We're just saying that we don't know it's not BSJ.
That's right.
It's entirely
we
possible.
We don't know it's somebody impersonating BSJ as well. Could be that.
Could be.
There's a lot of possibilities available.
Man wearing a BSJ mask. All right, well, hopefully we'll get this. Really got to start these things when the game starts. Avery, what do you want to talk about for 10 minutes?
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, right? Crown Fall. Where is it?
God damn it!
What have they done with it? Is what everybody wants to know. I think
no, it's okay.
I think the patch is it's out there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And somebody just has to find it. And
is this like the X-Files? The truth is out there.
That's right. Okay, honestly, real talk. I don't know how many people are watching NA Dota on a random weekday, but
okay.
Like, what? Is it that big a deal? Honestly, like if they said the patch was like, oh, it's first start of 2024 or whatever, and it's like it comes out like April 20th instead of March or whatever, is that big a deal? You know what I think? No. You know what I think is if you are unhappy with the rate of content added to Dota 2, then go play another game. And then Valve will have to make a choice. Maybe we need to update the rate at which we had content in the game, or we're going to lose players to other stuff that does do that. And then they'll do it. But people don't seem to care. I think it's another vocal minority thing. I think 99% of the things that we hear about are the vocal minority. 90% of players are just going to play Dota no matter what. And that's all they want to do. They just want to play. They want to buy their hats. And that's it. And they don't really give a shit about anything else. That's my take.
Well, counterpoint. I think Dota ruins you when it comes to playing games, and I think it takes a lot of enjoyment out of playing other games for a lot of people. And so you get stuck on Dota, and so for those people, they can't stop playing Dota. You can't just go to something else because Dota is the only game that they actually enjoy, because Dota has corrupted their enjoyment of everything, any kind of video game.
Yeah,
I know it's happened to me for the most part.
Yeah, I've been there, but I kicked my addiction and I branched out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is possible for other people. And also, then you gotta, I don't know what course of action do you have? I guess you just complain on Reddit and then hope Valve gets mad enough they do something, I guess,
Yeah. I think that is the natural thing to do. Like, step one would be stop playing Dota, but if you can't stop playing Dota, you gotta angrily play Dota and bitch about it. You gotta just be mad. I'll be honest, like, I've stopped playing Dota. I haven't played Dota since well before DreamLeague at this point.
You're
I'm not what the hell? I'm not planning on playing Dota until there is a patch, because I don't just, I want something new. I want something fresh in my Dota games. So, until that happens, and you and I are strong individuals. You and I are strong, mature individuals who are able to kick addiction.
Weak ass argument, bro. Like, if you enjoy Dota, you're gonna play Dota to play for ranked points. That is why people. I'll tell you, people play Dota for two reasons. Okay, this is why your argument is a weak ass argument. Okay, two reasons people play Dota. One, hats.
What the hell?
Undoubtedly, hats is number one. Like it's not even close.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's a dress-up game masquerading as a MOBA. And two, the virtual EPing points. That's it. Is the ranked MMR. It's one of those two things. You're in one of those two categories. And if you don't think you're in one of those two categories, you're lying to yourself. Okay? And you're in Austin's category with a weak ass argument. That's what it is. Because everybody falls into one of those two categories. And a lot of people are in both those categories.
Hey,
But
can
there's
you
also
do
a
me
lot
a
of
favor?
people-
Can you
What?
do me a favor real quick and check your profile?
What, man?
Your in-game Dota profile. I just
Yeah,
want
what
to see if
about
you're
it?
experiencing the same bug. What is your medal right now?
Medal. I don't even have a medal.
On your Dota profile?
Yeah.
What? How do you not have a medal?
What, you have a medal?
Yeah, when you look at people's view profile, their medal's
Oh,
going to be right
nothing
next
there,
to it. Well, right now, for me, it's bugged. Everybody that I looked at my own first, and I was like, "What the hell? Why am I ancient 3?"
Well, yeah, just copy. It is a bug where it like copies the last player you looked at's rank.
Yeah.
So
Now
why
everybody I look at is ancient 3.
Yeah, whatever. You interrupted my argument though. So there's also a group of people that falls into like, the category that likes to buy hats, but doesn't want to play the game for points. And those people play party queue or custom games or Ags Labyrinth, this kind of stuff, right? There's a group of people who wants to play for ranked points. They don't really care about the hats. Those people are called Smurfs, okay? And then you have a category of people that do both. And they're a Dota player, okay? Now, who is outside all of this? Those are the people that go on Reddit and complain about everything. I don't know. Like, I don't know what they enjoy this game for. I don't know what they play it for. But they have their own means and method. That's the grubbies of the world or whatever. I don't know. So you have to make the game for those two groups of people. And does Crownfall satiate those groups of people? Now, Crownfall could satiate the group that wants the hats. But it's not going to change anything for all of the people who want the points. And for the group of people that want both, it's going to like halfy 50-50 it. So basically, you're looking at like every new patch that's supposed to be like, we need this or the game's dying, is only really helping like a fourth of the player base at most. And those are just the people that like the hats, who come and buy the hats and don't even play the damn game. If it just pisses everybody else off.
Okay, counterpoint. From a Valve perspective, that quarter of people you really care about, because Dota players don't pay for shit. Okay, Dota players don't spend any goddamn money.
Yeah,
and the only thing they do spend money on is goddamn hats.
That's right.
So
yeah,
so the small, like, the quarter that you had of your group, and then you said like half of those, the eighth that are gonna appreciate Crownfall and buy the hats, that's a 100% of your revenue for Dota 2.
But you forgot one key factor here, Austin, is that Valve clearly does not give a fuck about the monetization of Dota 2. Because if they cared about the monetization of Dota 2, they would have just kept making battle passes and done nothing else. But clearly they care more about the quality of the game and events and patches than the monetization of the game. So they have devalued that portion that cares about the hats, and that is the portion that also cares the most about the patch in reality, because they need new hats that aren't just like a recycled chest that's good for like, that's like a dopamine hit for a day. That's not good enough. And those are the people that are going to be the most vocal, okay? There's like there's like one pro who complains that they need a new patch, and the rest of his team calls him
true.
Insane. Every other pro would prefer the patch stays the same as long as they're winning. If they're losing, they want a new patch. Oh, this patch sucks. It's a fucking bullshit patch. There has never been a pro player in the history of Dota who is winning tournaments and is like, yo, you know what we need? We need a new patch right now. Like this meta is stale. I just won like 3 TIs in a row on the same patch. It's awful. We need to spice it. No. So that's just a winning bias. That doesn't even count. I'm telling you this. It's like the Matrix, bro. It's not real.
Do you remember Seb's tweet of bring high skill Dota back?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you're losing, it's a
shit.
low skill fucking patch, and everybody's terrible and it's just rewarding garbage players. And then when you're winning, oh yeah, this is high skill Dota. You just can't handle the complexity of the game. You know, that's classic pro player reaction. They don't care about the patches. They care about winning. So they care about the patch as much as it helps them win, which is not the same reason. So what ultimately all this boils down to, like, who actually cares about a patch, right? Who
A lot of
legitimately cares about the patch for the patch? It's like a tenth of the player pop.
There's no way that's true.
So what should Valve be focused on? Should they be focusing on Crownfall, or should they be focusing on Dota 3?
Oh shit.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah, see, now you
Dota
didn't,
3.
you didn't think about that, right? You didn't even think about Dota 3. See, you got to consider all the options here.
Yeah, what
I'm a
okay.
Dota 3 man, okay? I'm a Dota 3 man. And I am in full belief that is what they've been working on for years. I believe it has gone under the guise of a game called Neon Prime that they had Ice Frog working on, which I think is just it's just a giant red herring for Dota 3. That's what it's actually going to be. The MOBA of the future. And that is why we don't need Crownfall, because we have Dota 3 coming. And I believe that's why I could queue up right after this cast into a ranked game and enjoy it just as much as the first one I played in my entire life. And I will.
And that's
I
also
will do
not
that,
true.
maybe. Yeah, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We don't know.
Somebody in chat asked what our ranks are. SVG, top 100 Immortal, NA.
Who is this? Give me this guy's name.
Cap,
What's his
7.5
rank? Ask this guy what his rank is. How about that?
Okay, what's your rank?
Yeah, what's your rank,
ACS 29687, whose first message? I guess it's everybody's first message on this stream. ESL Dota 2 Clarity doesn't get used super often. All right. So apparently, some sort of admin report going on here, going up the chain, and admins are figuring things out. So we might be here for a little bit. We'll see. What is Dota 3? So the problem with like Dota 3, what possible like changes could you make to the game that would warrant calling it Dota 3 and not just a new patch of Dota 2? Because I feel like most of the changes I can think of would just be a new patch of Dota. Similar to, if you call it Dota 3, it'd be very similar to Blizzard's Overwatch 2 bullshit, you know? Where even then, they cut down a player, so at least it's like kind of different, you know?
So, there's this, that's what I'm saying. There's rumors about Neon Prime, right?
Okay.
Being this like weird amalgamation of MOBA, FPS, whatever the hell it is. Who really knows? I believe this is actually Dota 3. Now, I don't know if they're going to call it Dota 3, okay? But I think that's what it is. They're trying to make a game that is the next generation of Dota to bring on some of that player base without disguising it as Dota so that people don't think it's as toxic as Dota. Does that make sense? So you build a new game with some of the features and constructs and the same baseline addiction loop and the same structure, but you add some new stuff, some new abilities, new players. I don't know, 6-on-6, whatever the hell it is, right? And you upgrade the engine.
They literally just do the opposite of Blizzard. Just add a player.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And you got Dota 3, and then you can sell a whole new title, and then and then you start making hats again. And then 5 years in, you realize you're just a hat maker. But like, I don't know, it's what you signed up for, man. Like what? What do you want from me?
I mean, what are the chances that Neon Prime is worked on for all of these years or whatever it's called, and they get scrapped in the end?
Oh, I think that game's already dead. I'm gonna be honest. I think that shit is already gone because we got ourselves a Dota 2 game. So who gives a damn about Dota 3, Austin? Nobody. Nobody gives a damn about Dota 3. Nobody gives a damn about Crownfall because we got competitive Dota right here. That's right, boys and girls. That is a pug wearing some briefs. He's about to take some names. If So Steam can come back in this game too, it would be incredibly impressive. Because they got
Yeah, that was
slapped.
a 22-minute stomp. Rough one out there.
Yeah, I think we filled for longer than that game was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That's a bad sign. But you never know. Maybe they got some tricks up their sleeve.
Listen, never let it be said that we don't put in some effort in our job. We do it for you guys. The 700 viewers watching this stream.
That's right.
We did it for you.
I mean, these 700 watching right now are more valuable than 40,000 on a main channel. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the heart of Dota. These are the
That's
people
true.
who actually care enough to tune into this match right now. At these
Wait,
hours,
aren't they just
on
gambling
this
addicts?
server. No, they're the heart of Dota.
Right, that isn't the heart of Dota gambling addicts.
Nah. Nah, the heart of Dota is I already explained this, Austin. Okay, there's two groups of people. The people that play for hats, the people that play for points. The people on right now are the people that play for hats and points. You got the golden child, the golden children of Dota 2, who will become the prophesized golden children of Dota 3, aka Neon Prime, potentially dissolved.
That's right. After this game, they're going to be giving out beta passes for Neon Prime, so be sure to stick around. This is exclusive for
That's right.
only the heart of Dota.
That's right. If you are not a gambler and you would like a beta pass to Neon Prime /Dota 3, at Capitalist Dota in the Twitch chat, and he'll hit you up afterwards in a Twitch DM.
All right, great. Good thing
Make
that's
sure
not
you
actually my
make sure you
Twitch
DM
account.
him a picture of your face first, though, so that he can verify you're indeed a real human. It needs to be a really good close-up of your face.
Yeah, no other body parts, please. Thank you.
Well, you can send those too if they can verify you're human, but I'm not going to condone that. And we are seeing every offlaner banned except Mars. So will either team play Mars? Now, Fard Studios will guarantee, take Mars if SoSteam do not take it here. But they will take the Tony Chen, his signature Chen. I believe he is Grandmaster tier on this Chen. He has like over 1,000 games on it.
God damn.
So, maybe even more. But it will not be the Mars, it will be Mirana. The fabled Chen counter that doesn't actually counter him. But they will give it to
why
Nushin
doesn't
here.
it actually counter him?
I mean, because Chen doesn't win the lane off early creeps anymore, which is what Mirana primarily shuts down. He just wins by farming and giving a hero free armor. And then he gets Omega Fat and buys every aura item in the game and outscales you. That's the part that's really difficult to stop. Now, the way these games are going, maybe you're not worried about that, you know? I don't know how farm Chen's going to be if the game's over at 20 minutes.
True, true.
So in that sense, this pick makes a lot of sense here.
Well, Chen wins the lane for you, which helps ensure that the game is not over by 20 minutes. I mean, it would be pretty impressive for you to win lanes and still lose by 20, you know?
Yeah. But Chen usually makes sure his carry farms. Now, that's not guaranteed. You can lose the lane with this hero. He is like a skill laner. So it's not a guaranteed lane win like some of the past Chen's versions wise, but I will say this hero also, he's not a straightforward hero to play. You kind of have to be a team that understands how to move around him and like play with his auras and this type of stuff. So already he's up against 2 creep killers. They're going to make sure that he can't get a huge amount of value out of those in the early game. We'll see how well SoSteam can play around it, but it is a Tony signature. They gave it to him.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Razor?
Where'd that come from?
I don't know, but it ain't looking too hot here. They got no stuns, and you're playing up against 2 heroes that can both make your game annoying. You don't see any cores, so it's a bold pick for sure. Maybe they're just a Razor team. I can respect that. I do respect some Razor. I'm a big fan of this hero.
5 seconds remaining.
There's still Mars in the pool, which is kind of crazy.
Okay, but hear me out. Dota 3 is a MOBA and a battle royale. You know, bring that. You can combine two dead genres
Radiant team
to make one ultra dead genre.
That's awful.
Oh, sounds great. Mars is going to be finally picked up for Fart Studios. So apparently Jenkins was lying
Inevitable.
about just jamming his hero, but it got there anyway.
I mean, it's too good here, right?
5
Too good for the
seconds
supports.
remaining.
Hero's just too good. It's not even bad versus Razor, honestly. Forces early BKB usage or you get speared out, and like linking Mars doesn't even feel that great sometimes.
Okay, but very important that the Razor has the Arcana, so we can potentially do a melee hit through the arena walls.
Yes, that is the most important factor here. I mean, I hope whoever's playing this Razor has Arcana, because they just picked it blind, so
Dire team
better be some high-level Razor with cosmetics. They will take the Faceless Void. Another Link Breaker. Not the best hero versus Chen, and it's better with their supports, though. They have Mirana, at least, to arrow someone off the Chrono.
10 seconds remaining.
But not the greatest Faceless Void game I've ever seen.
5 seconds remaining.
Does hurt the Razor's laning, though. They're basically trying to set up a situation where this Razor doesn't have a lot of places to go and dominate the lane.
Dire team ban. Radiant
Oh,
team
the
ban.
Life Stealer's back again.
He is. It's a strong Lifestealer game. I mean, Void, I think, is still one of the
Yeah.
carries that can mess this hero up, but outside of that, in theory, pretty good here, and this hero's looked dominant, for sure.
10 seconds remaining.
I like the Life Stealer. Dude, this Razor is actually going to be
5
so
seconds
amped up.
remaining.
He's got Chen Heal and Life Stealer Infest. They buffed up that Infest, the amount of HP he gives a while back, right?
A lot. It gives a lot of effective HP if you can start the fight being inside somebody, and then,
Radiant team
like, do you even
ban.
want to Chrono that guy? You're going to throw a bunch of spells into him, and he's going to burst out, get healed, and then it's a weird fight. Yeah, I think his Lifesteal pick's pretty strong. I still think their lineup lacks a bit of synergy like it did last game. It's kind of just like all over the place, but
10
Yeah.
seconds
their
remaining.
lanes look stronger. Like they can run a Razor Tiny lane in the
5
off lane.
seconds remaining.
It'll do fine versus Void. You can maybe get a toss back after a leap and kill him or something. Chen Lifestealer should do fine as well. So you're gonna have to show something here blind, but you can't throw this Razor mid and counterpick the Void if you really want to.
Jesus Christ. It used to be in 723B. It used to be that the Infest gave 750 HP level 1.
That is a lot.
That is such an insane number. Holy crap. It used to be 750, 1000, 1250. Now it's 400, 800, 1200.
It's still a
That
lot.
must have been when the people were doing that Radiant shit and stuff. That was such a...
Yes, there was a period where you literally just
Insane
picked a
number.
hero to infest Leshrac, and that was
Yeah.
the strat. So it is an insane number. It's still a very strong number. One of the things that makes this hero very good.
10 seconds remaining.
A band Keeper of the Light.
5
they
seconds
want-
remaining.
Leshrac. There is no other
Dire
reason you
team
would ban Keeper of the Light here.
Radiant team pick.
And they will steal Leshrac. My god. The mind games.
Damn.
They banned Coddle, Puck, Ember, Invoker. Like literally all the Shrek bans. And we just talked about the Lifestealer Shrek combo. It's back.
Yeah.
You infest this guy. He goes in with Chen Heal. He's an absolute beast. What can you do versus the infested Disco Pony? Nothing.
5 seconds
And
remaining.
Fart Studios banned for them. What do they have to fall back on now? Arc Warden? I don't know. Kunkka? Queen.
Choose your
All right, it'll be Queen for a high and highlight here. Try and keep the gap open versus the Lesh with the dagger and give you some knockback versus the Razor and the Lifestealer. I mean, pretty good Queen.
Yeah,
game
they've
here, I
got
think.
they've got so many ways to be able to break that link. It's
Yes,
crazy.
it's an awful Razor game. But they got 2 other carries, so they made up for it, right? Which is what you have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, normally that hero would be a Centaur or a Mars or a Doom or something that would, no matter how bad the game is against them, would still be able to do something. I feel like when Razor has a bad Razor
10
game,
seconds
Razor
remaining.
don't do anything.
It's rough. I
5
mean, he
seconds
can
remaining.
damage soak. The hero is not that bad at running in and tanking damage, and then he does have the Arcana, so he's got that going for him too. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I like this draft more than there's last game. There's
Yeah.
a bit more synergy. Like, you have this Lesh, Chen, Lifestealer that I think is a pretty strong trio in terms of pushing, sustain, keeping your Leshrac alive with the double heal and some auras. Going into a lot of heavy magic nuke damage makes sense to me. This could be a game where Fart Studios run into damage issues if they fall behind. But like we saw in game 1, they just really out-executed them on the lane. So if that happens here, then yeah, you're gonna feel this being a bad Razor Lifestealer game in terms of sticking on targets. That's just gonna become a nightmare.
Alrighty. I'm checking to see if we had another pause going on. I'm itching to watch some actual Dota here. Feels like it's been an hour since we watched game 1, and that didn't last very long. So hopefully game 2, so Steam, they've got a better draft. They've got better chances at winning the lanes for sure. And I feel like they have a lineup that is easier to execute if they do fall behind. I mean, they have some clear heroes that want to play through Leshrac. So 37 kills on Riki, huh? Still lose.
Damn. I mean, if you have 37 kills on Ricky and you lose, like, it's time to uninstall. I don't know. Actually, that sounds
isn't
like
that kind of a Riki thing? Yeah.
Yeah, that is Ricky in a nutshell.
Yeah, that hero can kill a lot and not end the game. Not win.
Are you ready to rumble?
Uphill hold here. A lot of tips coming out on the unknown player here.
I'm gonna see if Steam
This pleases
5-man's into them like they did last time.
So they think this is high Shaggy, but is it high Shaggy on the Tiny? Hard to know. Might be.
If it's Shaggy, why isn't he playing on his account? I mean, I do remember he put out a thing where he was gonna sell his account.
It's not where he sold
Which,
his account.
I mean,
That
I'm
would
just
be
saying,
the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
he did put out a post about it, so, Hey, they got 3 bounty runes this time around on Steam. They're gonna take a lot of damage on the way out, but won't give up first blood.
I mean, this might be the first lead they've had in the series.
Yeah, it is.
And they're going to have more stable lanes. So let's see what they can do with it. Got some comfort picks. Got some easier lanes to execute. Gold lead off the runes. Time to shine. Queen vs. Lesh, classic matchup. Actually went to Scream level 1. I think that's fine.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And a
attack.
first blood as Newsham just never left bottom.
You're
Yes,
just
job
stuck
well.
around.
Heads up play. Gets him a lot of extra gold.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jenkins did some weird lane pull thing. I mean, Chen Lifestealer is not a particularly scary lane early on. You're not going to be dying to that. Later on, you might find the lane uninhabitable if you're the Mars. Lifestealer's just going to smack you over and over again and chase you out of lane. But early on, it should be playable for sure. So.
And he got the pull with the creep here, so range deny up top. I mean, this lane's already going pretty solid for them. And they're getting some decent damage to your bottom with the tree. Like, this lane is not a weak lane Razor Tiny. It's, even though this isn't some crazy Razor game, this is a lane you easily can die on. Especially the level 2, especially Crystal Maiden. If you ever get Link stunned on Maiden, you're just gone.
Yeah, anytime Tiny could get a toss back on the Crystal Maiden, she is not going to make it out of there very quickly. Add in Plasma Field slow, getting drained the whole time.
So
And seems like
lanes-
mid's going decent. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going a lot better than last game, which I think I was expecting. You're getting a lot of edict damage on mid too. God damn, man. There's that maiden kill. I mean, I tell you, man. What do I tell you? I tell you, step behind that tree line. You just go on her. She dies every time.
So you gotta, if you're a Crystal Maiden, you gotta play inside the lane always. Is that what you're saying?
You just gotta play close enough. You can get the 2-on-2 or the 2-on-1 trade. If you ever end up in a 1-on-2 trade, you're not trading. You're dead. But you don't have stats to back the trade.
I'm trying to use that 2-on-2 to kill the Tiny, and do manage to finish him off. And Mr. Achy Bones is low enough. They get the level up, and a Frostbite. That last hit, oh, it's just enough. 2 kills. So Pingu comes back and gets some immediate revenge.
Time dilation did a lot there. Blood grenades on top of it. So now it's Dire's turn to come back in this lane and probably kill them again. That's what I expect to happen.
Wow, this was the fight where you got yourselves 1 to level 3. So, you know, pretty big level difference right there. And you also got the Lotus. So I feel like you come back, but you don't even necessarily have an advantage, you know?
That is, yeah, probably true, but... Meanwhile, Harpy Creep. That is a good one. Infinite mana, basically.
Lucium, you gotta snipe it.
Oh.
Okay, he gets it immediately. I was expecting better out of your hyped up Grandmaster tier Chen player.
Goddamn, Tony. What are you doing to me out here?
Yeah, he really let you down on that one, that's for sure. Didn't try and micro dodge it at all.
I was probably computer lag or something. You know?
You're right. Yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, still, this is a solid lane phase. Like, they're farming 3 lanes.
Yeah, they're still up on net worth.
Smacked on 3 lanes last game, so that is a big improvement.
Pretty big experience difference on mid though right now.
Yeah, 10 denies for the queen. Not insignificant, though. It's closer on the regen. I mean, dagger spam. He did end up going for the dagger, and it pays off as they get the maiden again.
Yeah, trade off of supports though.
You didn't want that deny? No worries.
Apparently not.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Still have the Lotus too on the Faceless Void, so.
And so allow the refill mid. So efficient moves all around. And he'll run the boots back to bottom. Like, whose boots are? Aren't these like? Yeah, I was about to say those are the Shrek's boots. Okay. Yeah, don't steal them there.
Oh, Tony wants to make a rotation through the gate. He had the Mud Golem, and then it died. Apparently one of the babies died, but he still has another one of them. So he can drop double shard golems on him, and he's got the Bull Assassin too. So this is going to be a very dead Crystal Maiden if they run into him here, which...
Ooh, scouting.
Looking for him on a 6-minute Lotus. They find him. Mr. Achy Bones doesn't immediately go for the Crystal Maiden. Now links the Crystal Maiden after the Faceless Void jumped in. But yeah, ult is all the same. They kill the Crystal Maiden.
Nice little move. I mean, his lifesteal is completely independent right now, so not worried about him top. And TP out mid, gets out. Did not try and get that Sonic Wave. It was going to be close. Might have killed him, actually. We'll save it for another day.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, isn't the last track going to come back and be in the same, like, pretty quick? You hit him with one dagger, and then he's in the potential kill box already, right?
Pretty much. No need to force it there if you don't Feel good about it. And rotation still coming in.
Hurdle going to be in some trouble. Avalanche holds him in place. He is dead. He had a lot of regen in him. But got chain stun apparently. Couldn't get any of it off. Leshrac is going to still be in trouble. Nusham spotted him out, gave an Annihilate the chance to hit the dagger, and now he's going to die to that Sonic Wave. Hell, even Tony might die. TP's in. The Life Stealer is here randomly.
Big stick.
Maybe he can get the deny on Tony. Does manage to get it. Nice swipe there.
That didn't even
Good
look like
play.
real attack animation, but he got it.
No, it didn't.
Does cost him time on the map, which pretty sad. Not waste their time.
Is under attack.
Gets Lifestealer or something off the TP, I guess. Lifestealer Razor leading the pack right now. You gotta keep killing this Crystal Maiden, man. That's the that's the key.
The secret to success.
I mean, this is the lane you want to keep going to is Chen. You want to take the Chen to this bottom lane, kick the Void off, take the tower. If you can smoke the Lesh there, that'd be ideal, because he does have 3 points Edict. It's a lot of damage right now.
Yeah.
Instead, they're going to look at the Mars up here. No Rage. I don't know how easy a kill this is.
Yeah, he throws out the arena. Can he get around? Oh, he's out of mana. Well, that cost him a little bit too much. Meanwhile, the Quap is going to work. It's going to take a little bit, but they'll finally chase down Jenkins. But the Quap managed to get a kill on the Chen. Yeah.
Man, rough early game. When these Chen early games stall out like this, it's worrying. Because it's not a hero that comes back
Is under attack.
too fast. I mean, he can do it, for sure. He can farm his way back in the game or whatever, but then he's a liability on the map. And as we've seen, the games in this qualifier have been very fast, so...
I feel like a lot of Chensu would be farming at this point in time. Where they would just farm and farm and farm and get to, like, their mech, right?
Yeah, or the level 5-6 area. Tony wants to fight.
Nice toss back. Don't have Splitter to combo with it, though, so... Makes it significantly worse.
At least they're not letting their mid get continuously yanked like game 1. Some improvement there. And they have better independent side laners, so still have free farming Lifestealer going armlet, by the way. Which should be out pretty fast here. It's gonna be pretty strong with it.
What's the build for Lifestealer this game?
I think you go Radiance. I think it's just too valuable.
Yeah.
Another Sonic Wave kill. God damn.
You can get Courier Quap. Blink up in 2 seconds. Not going to get it up in time. So they do manage to punish Annihilate's push forward. Actually goes for the Infest on the Razor. I'm not sure what the idea is there, because probably not going to be running down a Marauder. He's going to come back and see if he can grab the power room, but it's well guarded.
A little extra move speed never hurt.
I feel like this time maybe they're overcorrecting just a bit. I mean, it's still good to see. Rather overcorrect than undercorrect, but they are... Nusham denies the Arcane Rune from the Leshrac and gets away.
I just didn't line up that toss. Oh, missed his courier. Close though.
Anyway, bringing 5 heroes into the mid lane might be a little much. Find the Crystal Maiden, though. Annihilate's gonna try and fight this still. Puts the dagger on Leshrac. Got the arena to catch the Tiny, so they'll take that kill instead.
As Queen's getting a lot of gold off these fights. A lot of XP as well. 4-1. Looking for the next power rune if you can get it. And I feel like every Sonic Wave has just resulted in a kill. Lesh could not get his HP up fast enough off the lane to avoid it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, I like the activity. I mean, this is better than game 1 for sure.
Middle tower has
Making some moves, trying to recover the lane that's hard, using the heroes that are strong. I still think this move going bottom to push the tower is open to them. They can line it up. they want to just farm the Chen for mech, I think that's also fine.
Well, Jenkins is currently taking a tower solo against a hero that I do think can stand up against him. Immediately gets pinned. Jenkins isn't going to be able to do enough damage to finish off the tower in this run, but certainly put it in close down. Leshrac gonna die again here. An attempted hurricane push from the Chen, but it doesn't give him nearly far enough away from a Quap Marana. And in desperation to grab the regen rune, the Tiny's gonna die as well. So keeps that out of the hands of the Queen of Pain, but gives him yet another kill.
Queen is out of control, man. Insanely strong start for the hero.
Sonic Wave pushing him back. He's out of range for the attack. Finally gets it. Took a little bit. Got there in the end. Nusham leapt in and died immediately. So 2 kills for that little move for Mr. Achy Bones.
Strength of Razor. You doubted it. But we see it here.
Yeah, I don't think maybe the Marana should have died, but you know.
Yes, but he underestimated the power of Razor.
Just like me.
Yes, exactly. No Ghoul Frenzy on top. And
Orchid is done. Immediately wants to make a move to kill the Lifestealer. Fortunately, Tiny places a high ground ward, so that will see the Orchid, presumably. The Lifestealer won't get caught out by it. Tiny will die for it, but he's going to try and infest him. I'm not even sure if you want to be here. He's going to pop out immediately, get Orchid. He didn't pop the rage fast enough. Maybe he didn't know about the Orchid. Either way, he is dead. Couldn't toggle enough.
I'm actually surprised he got the first one. That is a very sad sequence for the Lifestealer. Was having an absolutely free game. Dies instantly to this Orchid off the Quap, who's now officially out of control. And you're just trying to farm up your less Chen here so you can get some sort of ball going. You have your mech, you have your Hand of God, you're just lacking the mana to use it. And just tier 1 bottom is just a nuisance, man. Somebody has got to start taking these towers. They're just going to run out of space on this map.
Yeah, for a lineup that has, again, 3 cores that all kind of need to farm, don't really have like a downtime ever where they can just look for kills constantly. Orchid put to work on the Razor. Infest not up, so they get a Chronosphere onto immediately. They get a toss the Quap into the Chronosphere. It works for a second, hit the splitters off of that one and get the kill. Sure, they lose the Razor for it, but who cares? Especially if they can run down the Faceless Void, time walk over to the other side of the cliff, making a run for it now. 2 seconds still, another time walk is up. Misses the Avalanche. Hits him with the Blood Grenade, but I guess they are going to give up on him.
Meanwhile, you lost your Chen. 3rd death for Tony here.
They're cutting in behind. Leshrac needs to get out of here. They're gonna stay and fight. Moonlight Shadow, Arena on 3. Now Mars might die instantly for this one. Gets the pin off. Gets a mech off from Nusham. He stays alive with the Moonlight Shadow, gets away, and the other 2 cores will die for it. Mr. Achy Bones comes into a fight that he's not sure he really wants to take anymore. There's some low HP heroes.
Whether
a Plasma Field is up. Jenkins gonna get hit by that one. Any chance he can kill the Mars? No help from the Tiny for now. Looking at the Faceless Void. Toss up in the air. Not enough burst damage there. Time walks off the damage. Nice Frostbite into Arrow combo. Does manage to get the zap there from level 3 Storm Surge to finish off the Marana, I guess.
Got another one.
Now looking for more. Jenkins and Pingo, a triple kill for the Razor. And Turtle's dead too. He just time walked right next to the other side of the Razor. He's going to get Yules into Split Earth. Run. Hurricane closer. Oh, we get him in the end. What a turn of fate for the Razor.
God damn, you underestimated Austin. This is an awful Razor game. What can he do? He can't do anything. What a bunch of mobility cores. 6-2 and 6. Level 13. Tier 1 tower down. This man's taking names and he's also dead. But sometimes the razor giveth and sometimes the razor taketh. That is a well-earned death, my friend.
That's
You've done
true.
more than you were asked for.
That is definitely true. Fortunately, the Quamp is still on the rise, 9,300 net worth, but the Razor is behind him, top of his cores anyway, at 8,400. Even ahead of the Mars, who Jenkins has his Blink Dagger, now going to work towards Octarine.
Dire's bottom tower is under
So he's
attack.
going the magic build. The Lifestealer here, not going to be able to get the instant Blink Spear. Got him inside the arena, though. Rage, only level 2 Rage, not going to last long enough. And with the freezing field, they easily have the damage.
Just ramping up the map control. Tony's gonna walk.
Yeah, they
right
lost that
into
fight
him.
and just like decided to run it back immediately. Just run bodies after bodies and kills after kills. 3 kills in a row.
Only the Razor can prevent such death.
Help us, Razor.
You must
You're my
rally
only
behind
hope.
him.
Well, he's gonna run into
Back in
all
the
these
fight.
heroes.
Gets a
Yules
good link.
misses the spear. This is a chance here. Pops Manta, but a frostbite catches him. Now the arrow. So they're gonna kite away from this Razor. Managed to get the avalanche
Ow.
time walk toss back. Chronosphere on the 2 of them. Time walk's coming up. Can he finish the last strike? He can. He has to make a run for it.
They
He's
can't
gonna
do
get
anything.
away too. The Razor's gonna chase down the Crystal
Yes.
Maiden.
Dire's
Yes.
bottom tower is under
Power grows.
And he's kind of getting there. He's Manta soon into BKB.
I mean, he's doing it. Like this Razor's kind of scary with all the buffs behind him too. If you throw some divine favor armor on him and stuff, he's kind of low key tanky.
Yeah.
2000
he is.
HP.
You just kind of need more lockdown for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the one downside you'll have.
It's death for Tony, but they can maybe kill the Mars for it. Well, they toss the Razor into the Mars, but no, annihilates here. Pops the Manta, trying to make a run for it, but the Tiny has just doomed Mr. Achy Bones and gotten himself killed in the process.
I mean, I don't even blame him for that. You know, this Razor has been so strong this game. Toss him in. Maybe he just gets a rampage. You never know.
Could be. Maybe if the Lifestealer was there with the Infest, maybe.
I mean, he's
do
looking
that,
for his
but-
Radiance. He's not
Yeah,
too far
he's-
off.
No, he's not.
It's a big item in this game.
Chasing after the Leshrac, man. Dive in tier 2 for it. Split Earth off of the Yules. But once again, Nusham is here to help deliver the last bit of damage. Doesn't actually get it. Now, of course, the Chen is dead. Ooh, Lifestealer is going to come in here and do
Is
absolutely
doing
nothing.
Will
That was a pathetic attempt at hitting Crystal Maiden, who gets all that bonus armor from Freezing Field. Leshrac, Avalanche over it, toss into tier 3s. I mean, this fight is underneath tier 3s, maybe, with Razor coming in from behind. Oh, breaks the link. Still going to chase after him, but they don't have detection. Mars blinks forward, looking for something. No arena, though. Just a pin, perhaps. Pumps it, misses it. Again. Jenkins
they're
not
fighting
having a
for-
great run with the spears.
Man, Annihilate is just decimating him in these fights. They can't kill the queen. Everybody's just getting daggered. They're just getting kited to oblivion. He's level 16 and a half now. Jeez.
Yeah, he just kind of walks up, daggers you, hits you with Witchblade, and there goes like 3/4 of your HP.
You just don't have the stuns to lock him down. You have to land him in both the splitter
Oh,
and
Manta, but it
Avalanche?
gets the real Razor.
damn. Yeah, this game's getting out of control. Early game was a lot better, but you just never built momentum off the Chenoras into a stable team fight. And your Radiance timing is just slipping farther and farther behind. You're gonna have to get something going with that. You have Vlads, you have Mech. So this Chen can give you some sustain and some damage, but your cores have to combine with it to get something done.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Look for the Tormentor that you say they never do.
I'm just saying. I feel like I watched Team Spirit do Tormentor off cooldown.
Dire's structures
And this is
feel
why you
like-
never do it. They got a tiny shard. What does this do for them, Austin? What a great use of all their time.
Maybe they should pick supports that actually benefit from the shard.
Weak argument. Don't worry, in Dota
Also,
3...
the 50-50 was the Chen one, which is very good, so...
Yeah, what's up?
Breaks
Oh my
the
God, Pink
link.
is low.
66
Everybody
bonus
here.
damage. With a lot of heal behind the Razor, they early and infest onto Leshrac, just running forward. As the Radiance, so the damage over time between these two, it's a lot of flashing lights. Arena goes
We
out
got
with
two.
BKB, managed to get two of them. Chronosphere on the two supports as well. The Sonic Wave is going to be throwing them out of it there. Throws the Orchid onto the Tiny, trying to finish him off. If he could just get a bash, he would surely ensure it. In fact, Iron Eyelash is going to work, man. He's just sitting here right-clicking people nonstop. Pops the Manta, and again gets hit by the stun anyway. Just no love on the Manta. Managed to Manta his way directly into an arrow.
Not a single casualty outside of the Maiden, who bought back anyway to get some of that XP. Just another really well-kited fight. I think the Infest came out too early. Like, I think he should have just stayed in the Lesh for longer when that arena went out. And just play for the burn and let... I mean, it was tempting because that Splitter hit both supports. So you're like, all right, it's time to get out and kill them. But you don't have that much burst damage. There's no toss back to set that up. It's just awkward exchange. And the Queen reigns supreme here. Level 19 and a half. It's 5 levels higher than the next on Dire.
I also feel like when you're... I feel like the early
Dire's
Infest
top tower is under attack.
is when you're ahead sort of strategy, but I feel like when you're behind, you got to min-max the Infest and like get it mid-team fight. You know what I mean?
That's ideal.
Yeah. Pins the Leshrac.
Heroes.
Razor trying to sap away the damage of the Quap, who's just right-clicking people constantly. We do manage to get the Mars, but Nushim's stuck in the corner here. He's got a leap. He's not going to use it, though.
2 quick ones.
They
No
run back into the
Chronosphere,
Crystal
no
Maiden,
Sonic
too.
Wave.
Pingu just walks into them.
That's dieback.
There's a dieback.
Big kills. Big tips. Big plays.
All right, all right. Problem is, every single time they win a fight like this, they don't actually get a lot of net worth back because it's like on respawn, Radiant just comes back and kills them. So maybe if they can find a way to like put together a 2 team fights in a row to win, then we can actually start bringing that net worth back.
Yeah, well, what is the first step to winning 2 team fights, Austin?
Winning 1 team fight, I believe.
That's right. They've just accomplished that task. So they're halfway there.
You're right.
Just like we are halfway to Dota 3.
And I think we're halfway to a GG call from one of these teams. We'll see which one.
No, you don't know that.
I mean, it's 25 minutes. I feel like most games, the average game is certainly ending for 50 minutes.
I mean, Queen of Pain is insanely strong. Arcane Rune on top of everything. Parasma done. Jeez.
Yeah. And with the way he is just untouched in teamfight, if he gets to Ags, he's going to be reapplying that Shadow Strike every 4 seconds, getting a Scream off of it.
Yeah, he took the level 20 Scream talent too. So he's setting up for the Ags build. And, I mean, the way these daggers have been working, it's going to do some work. And they're going to
I
run
almost feel like he should just go a right-click build at this point, you know?
You could. Though I don't think it's as strong late game even as these new like Ags Octarine builds, honestly.
Yeah.
They just do so much damage right now. Oh, Razor's
Trying to
here.
blow up the Crystal Maiden. Freezing Field goes on, gets a little bit of damage with the Sonic Wave, pushing back, getting the Razor well below half, and the physical damage just ignoring that BKB. Now the Orchid on the Lifestealer, not doing enough damage, but kiting around the Lifestealer might be good enough. Infest. Oh! Chronosphere catches the Quap. That's not what he wanted, and he might not even be able to finish off the Lifestealer. In fact, he can't. He time walks over to the side. Nushim tries to help out. He just condemns himself to die as a result.
Dire's middle
He gets up to the high ground with a time walk, so at least the Faceless Void gets away, but a very poor Chronosphere.
Dire's bottom tower.
That was a very unfortunate chrono. And then, I don't know if it was heads up play or not, but the Lesh blocked the arrow that was going into that chrono to hit the lifestealer. That was a
Oh, shit.
super clutch play, honestly, because that lifestealer's 100% dead if that lands. And it's a fight without your Mars. Jenkins finishing off the range is not even there. Might be looking at a Roshan now. Chen bought back, so he wants to get something off this.
I mean, everybody's kind of low. With his Octarine, he's going to try and do something. Pops BKB, TP's away immediately.
That's a BKB arena on cooldown. Go in this pit, you have max penitence. So we're just going to die fast. It's just gone. No chrono.
Yeah, no chrono, no arena. I feel like there's no way they fight this.
The strength of the Chen here showing itself. Who takes this? I mean, it's got to be Leshrac.
Yeah, it's definitely not lifesteal. They're going to smoke up and go for the fight anyway. Despite not having an arena, they get the pin on the lifestealer. Oh, the perfect initiation for Fart Studios. Now they can try and play this out, even against the Aegis. Leshrac is going to lose that Aegis. They get another pin onto the Razor. The Octarine is going to work here. Chen's going to die. They finish up the Razor with the Sonic Wave, and Leshrac comes in back in with second life with everybody dead, and him soon to follow.
Well, it was looking good for like 30 seconds there.
Yeah, we said win 2 team fights in a row. Apparently the struggle was winning 3 team fights in a row.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? You know, Jenkins just walks up and insta stuns your rage carry, and now he's BMing you in the fountain. This guy's definitely been studying some ATF replays for sure.
True.
He knows all of the Mars techniques.
Well, I was expecting some null talisman drops, but you know.
He hasn't been studying it too closely. The Dagon's coming out as well now. Spark Studios in full BM mode.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Been a classic, honestly. Where would the region be without the toxicity?
Oh, yeah, he's gonna go satanic next on the Quap. Couldn't get the chain stun, or there wasn't a chain stun to get.
Yeah, I mean,
not sure what the game plan was there.
I don't know.
Like toss back into what?
Into link break, I guess.
Hellbolt down.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Well,
This is
not
where you
sure
wish you had
what.
your toss back.
Yeah, toss back into Split Earth would be great. Got another pin. Oh, somehow he goes through the barracks, doesn't get pinned. Surely would have died, but they got the Chronosphere on 4 heroes as a result. The Sonic Wave right on top of that one. Just beautiful stuff. And even with the buybacks, it seems like Fart Studios is just too far ahead. The buyback on Tiny and Razor, not good enough. The Razor even going to be dying inside a fountain, maybe? Yeah, they'll get him.
Well, that's all she wrote on that series right there is
GG.
they had a way better early game. Better draft, I think, but yeah, just outclassed. That's how she goes sometimes. Jenkins with the suicide buyback and dropping items.
Very good. Very good.
This game, I can respect that. I can respect that as Fart Studios assert dominance here in the lower bracket. Austin, I mean, they have a lot of haters. They have a lot of supporters. Whether you love or hate them, though, they're coming for you. They're making a run here, showing out some flexibility, lacking the backbone of this organization in Banana Slam Jamma.
That's right.
They still come out and get a swift 2-0 victory. Perhaps better than if they had him. Open debate. I think not, but I'm sure there's some, Jenkins maybe has a word about the drafting after this. You never know. Either way, solid series from Annihilate. 23-14 on this Queen. He absolutely demolished this game with some strong roaming potential from Newsham. And like I said, that's all she wrote. It doesn't take too much to fall behind in this meta, and there's just not easy pathways back.
Why is that?
I
Because
think
the
there's-
map's bigger, right? Isn't it? Wouldn't it be easier to come back when the map is bigger? Easier
I mean,
to
not
do ratting
necessarily.
and stuff like that.
Like, I think the map being bigger is only good if you can get out on the map. But there's still some pretty strong constriction points to limit people's space on the map. So, like, there just ends up being more dead map, effectively, that you can't use when you're behind. And the enemy can use if they're hyper efficient. So once you fall behind versus a very good team that's really efficient, they just have more space than on the old map that they can use more efficiently because they're ahead. And you are getting less space because teams are better at constricting where you can go, where you feel like you're at risk of going there and dying. Now, the really, really, really good teams are able to still do this. Like, I think Team Spirit is the best at not falling behind in net worth when they're in a behind position. They're very good at getting out on the sides efficiently, cutting the waves, farming enemy camps, like getting onto those dead zones where they shouldn't be. But that's honestly very difficult. Like, you have to be a very organized team. You have to understand you're going to fall behind, but you're going to get that team fight at the right point from that behind position to do it. Otherwise, in most situations, like these medium tier or low tier teams, you're just getting massively out farmed. And the second somebody dies, you lose more map control, more camps go to the enemy, their enemy supports get a lot more than they used to. It just snowballs even faster.
All right. Well, that wraps up our match here. There is another lower bracket NA game that is probably still going on, considering how fast this one went. If you guys want to be able to check that out, me and Avery are done for today, but we will be back on tomorrow. Looks like we're going to be casting the Eastern European upper bracket finals, which should be a very good game. Probably some like Team Spirit versus, what do you bet, Navi?
I mean, they're playing Navi in the first round, so
Not that.
I feel like this Navi team has looked better than I think people expected, but I do expect Spirit to win that.
Okay.
Between
So then probably one win?
I would take VP here. I think I'd take VP. I think this VP squad is still like pretty stable. They have some interesting drafts. They have some strats. They have some good core players. I think it's Spirit VP, but maybe there's some upsets. This is a pretty competitive region, and in the inner regionals a lot of times. So
yeah, I mean, one win already qualified for one of those. One or two of those are Eastern European qualifiers, right? So they're like a really strong pub stack that is doing a lot of work. So either way, whatever the matchup is, it should be a good one. So if you guys want to check that out, that'll be, I don't know, like 12 hours from now or something like that. But for now, we're going to close out this stream. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you guys more. Dream League qualifiers coming up.